I got a special guest up in here today, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
My brother.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah, my name is Joseph.H, as you guys probably see on YouTube. And in some of the classes, my name is Joseph Higdon. I go by several titles: Joe, J.O., Mighty Joe Young. You know what I'm saying? I'm honored to be here with you, brother.
Appreciate that, man.
It's been
Appreciate
long
that.
overdue, and just to be able to see the progression and the development of the delivery and the expounding, you know what I'm saying? This is beautiful. I'm honored to be here.
I'm honored with you too, man. I appreciate that. So we want to get into the process, man. What was Joe life like before the information, man?
Ooh.
What was some of them trial and error that salting?
That salting, yeah. That's a heavy question to step into straight off the jump, but I got an answer for it. You know what I'm saying? Joe was, the best word that I could use, a reactor. He was a person that really wasn't able to compartmentalize, or was able to have the proper response. You know what I'm saying? Through several situations and several environments that I had grew up around, and several individuals that I had around me, the influence, but more so the information that they had embedded into me, but more importantly, that I had accepted as a reality, was putting me in a position to be more in the reactive disposition. You know what I'm saying? So the Salter for me has been to war against that old man, as I'm sure it is for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's keenly that, you know what I'm saying? To have the proper response instead of a reaction, you know what I'm saying? Because to have these now point of references of knowing what comes behind, having a disposition as a reactor, to now have the response, it's just night and day. You know what I'm saying? It is the beautiful possession of having that conquering spirit, of now knowing that the man is showing up instead of being bound and restricted by the circumstance or the situation. Because it could just be something very common, like this environment that you're conducive to, you know what I'm saying? You've been in several times, you already know how to show up. And this showing up is actually in an order that, as the system sees, is already prepared for you. I learned that through my assault. I was like, wow, I'm just falling in line like a good boy. I ain't like it. It's called. Yeah.
So what was both parents? You raised by both parents or separate?
So situation with that was, Pops, he was in and out of prison my whole life, you know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, was able to actually mark on my hands how many times I seen him. But Mom Dukes, you know what I'm saying, trying to fulfill both positions. She was an incredible woman, but that's who I had as my support, you know what I'm saying? Of course, having older cousins, because I know I probably spoke on a lot of the individuals I was around, there was some very stand-up individuals as well, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just all sauerkraut. It wasn't all just sour and bitterness, you know what I'm saying? There were some good moral principles that I was able to also attach myself to, you know what I'm saying? So primarily was Mom. Yeah.
You said attach those principles. What were some of them principles you got to attach yourself to?
Man, the principles, you know what I'm saying, was not only to have heart, but you know what I'm saying, to honor your word. You know what I'm saying? There would be situations from a lifestyle that I was living at one point where, you know, you don't leave a brother behind. You know, you do not forsake your reputation in the so-called streets. You know what I'm saying? And the primary one was, gotta really formulate this this word for it, you know what I'm saying? The primary one was, you can't cry over spilled milk, so you got to keep going. Irregardless of what may have transpired, it doesn't stop there. You got to continue forward. You know what I'm saying? That's something that my mother had gave me, you know what I'm saying? And I still live with till this day, but now that is being introduced with the relationship of me having my God, I understand that though a just man falls 7 times, he can't be utterly cast down. It's just that continuation of keep going, irregardless of the circumstance, irregardless of the turnout, irregardless of the limitations that are presented before you. You know what I'm saying? Press on.
So what was your idea like before you well, you know, in the information we teach about God. So what was your perception of God before coming into the information?
That's an incredible question. So my perception of God was to have a presence that I didn't understand how to connect myself to. Because I was really in the world trying to identify what that was. You know what I'm saying? And there would be situations in my life, from close calls to, you know what I'm saying, certain things falling through, my well-being still being intact after a situation. And I would be in the moment to appreciate the fact of believing that this was God, but then it would be right back to the carnality of, okay, it's right back to life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keeping that omnipresent thought of
That is,
knowing that the Most High not only allowed this, but he's right here with me. Me stepping into this information, I get to pull back and reflect on all them situations to not only identify his presence, but to identify his reasoning. You know what I'm saying? And he's always omnipresent. That's the beautiful pull that I get to have. You know what I'm saying? The Sultan introduced that, but more importantly, the love that you get to identify, that I've been able to identify within getting reattached to my culture. You know what I'm saying? Through the enduring, through the discovery, through, you know, applying a whole heart of obedience and submission. You know what I'm saying? To be able to appreciate that presence and be able to actually identify exactly what that is, nothing matches up to that. You know what I'm saying?
I know you said things like coming into your culture and stuff like that, and realizing that God is omnipresent. So what was the main thing what do you understand about God now? What is that main takeaway? Like now that you got your culture back and you're being taught the Salt 10, like what do you think he's doing with Joe now? What is he developing Joe for?
That's beautiful. To rule a nation, to lead a nation. You know what I'm saying? There's a beautiful point of reflection of where you can identify. I'm talking in second person. Let me talk about me. My apologies. I've been able to understand a lot of the situations was already prompting certain areas of not only leadership, but the stand, the demonstration. You know what I'm saying? To understand the fact of the matter that this furnace of refinement that you're going to have to walk through is going to be the catalyst of identifying that this was actually for your good. So a lot of them curses from back in the day was actually the biggest blessings. But more importantly, knowing that the culture is attached to it, him having his reasons even before I was in the womb. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to some of the brothers about this. I was like, it's a beautiful point of time that we're in right now, because not only do we know that I knew you before I was in the womb, but now stepping into your culture and operating and giving off the perfect demonstration of cleanliness, right? It opens up the room of the gifts that he's already instilled with inside of you for those to flourish. So going back to what is he developing you for? Those are the gifts. On the way that you're handling your demonstration, on the way that you're handling your ultimate response instead of the reaction, the way that you're handling your resist guard in a lot of situations, instead of allowing the restrictions, not the restrictions, but instead of allowing the circumstances of a situation to dictate how you need to be showing up to this given opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Which is really there as a blessing for you to not only promote you, but to crystallize his presence and his purpose. To be attached to purpose is one of the biggest gifts that one can't find. I found that.
Yeah.
I found that. And it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? You could easily sit up here and say that, you know, them cries you crying at night would seem weak in the world. These is tears of joy around here, because we got people out there walking lost that would never, unfortunately, be able to experience the love, the encore, the love of the Most High, to know that through everything that you went through, because this was going through my mind a lot, still to this day, through everything that you went through, not only did I allow it, but I know it wouldn't kill you, because he's in control of that. So to be standing here in regard of a lot of things that had transpired in my life, to look at the scars, to bear the marks, to also be the one that he chose, as well as he chose a lot of the brothers and sisters that be coming before this camera. I'm honored to be able to be attached to his will, which is the ultimate purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful.
That's powerful.
That's beautiful.
So if you was elevated today to lead the people, God was like, Joseph, I want you to rise up and I want you to govern. What would be the message you would tell the people? What would be your first little words of inspiration you would give them?
That's a good one.
We got to think big.
Don't be found on the scales light. Don't be found on the scales wanting. And more importantly, don't be found on the scales with unbelief. If you're going to submit yourself to something, throw yourself into this. Get what you come to get and stand in it. Don't teeter-totter. Don't be tossed to and fro, because there's already enough doctrines that have the purpose, which is correlated and in relation of rebellion. When you get tossed to and fro through all these doctrines that are out there, submit yourself to this. But more importantly, I would tell them, don't listen to me. Just watch me. Just watch me. Let that be the reason why you then can find your answer, instead of hearing the lip service of a lot of people. Because I know that, brother.
Yeah, you probably got to come up, man.
What kind of class is this?
We're doing an interview.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries, brother. You know, I would tell them, we still good?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I just, oh yeah, he called him. Yeah, go ahead. It's still going? Okay, go ahead.
I'll tell them, you know, don't listen to what I say. Just watch me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be the determining factor to help a person build their faith, because you got to give a person something to see so they can attach themselves to not only the thought of this is possible, but how they too can do it, and then even better. You know what I'm saying? Because Brother Dre, you know, he says, you know, I know that some people probably have this on their mind. Some of the brothers and sisters probably have that in mind. We might not see the promised land, but to know that we're the first fruits is far more paramount. So this time that we're in, crystallizing and creating the foundation to be a part of that, I'm more than honored. You know what I'm saying? So to know that the demonstration is going to go down into the history books for those that come, by all means, I pray that it blesses them. And if they find some words that's valuable, good. But more so, watch how I move, man. Because I'm watching how others move as well. But more importantly, how the Most High moves and how his people, our ancestors, was moving with him. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite ancestors is Joseph, of course, but I love Job, because he had the heart to endure.
Job was strong.
You know what I'm saying? He had the heart to endure. He even had his wife in full belief before him, trying to alter his mind of belief. But then even within that, he had to make a stand, as we all had to. Because to be in this level of belief, it required much more of you. It wasn't just a simple, okay, yeah. No, you had to give some things up. You had to give up a lot. Convenience, certain ways of living, certain thoughts that you believe was the most important thing in your life, until the Most High comes in and shatters that and says, nah, that's very small. Come over here to this bigness. So I would love, I'm thankful for this placement.
That's powerful.
Man.
Don't watch me. We say don't listen.
Don't listen to me, just watch me.
Just watch me.